What is going on, Sagittarius? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct, and this is going to be your general reading for the month of April, the remaining month of April, because we're already at the 10th, right? So 20 more days left in April. These are going to be your energies. Sagittarius, thank you for being patient. Also, thank you guys for looking out for my readings, because I know lately it's been kind of rocky on my channel. So hopefully we'll be back to the regular scheduled programming or uploading like I usually do it. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. This is going to be a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone that watches this video. But if it does, you can like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things will let me know that, you're watching and help you out in some type of way. If it does not resonate with you, you can check out one of my previous readings for Sagittarius, or the future one that will be coming soon. All right. This is going to be your present energy right here in the middle, Sagittarius. And then after that, we're going to tap into some of your more futuristic energy on this column like we always do it. See what's going on at the end of April going into May. May has arrived already. It's still April, but it's May. All right, so crowning your reading, Sagittarius. At the top, we had the Hermit card. I was about to say the Mermaid. The Hermit, okay. So the overall feel that I'm feeling in your reading in particular, Sagittarius, is the feeling of kind of like pausing a little bit before some more action, or the quiet before the storm, or the preparation before, the game, the practice before it's game time. But more so of like a pause, because the Hermit card here is representing that pause, right? It's representing you wanting to go internal. And I picture this as somebody that's going down to their boiler room, or someone that's going into the mainframe of themselves, right? And that's how I always view the Hermit card. It's kind of like when you go internal into your mainframe, right? And inside of your mainframe is kind of like your most deep emotions, your most deep thoughts. And you kind of just take a second to see what's going on down there beneath the surface, beneath the surface of everyday life. All the everyday thoughts and everyday emotions that you feel, you choose to kind of like go even deeper and just slow everything down a little bit and see what's happening all the way at the bottom of who you are, the most innermost place, right? Your mainframe computer system, for lack of better words. So I feel like you're checking out your mainframe in the month of April and just kind of like reviewing it, shining the light down there. You're going down into that darkness with the light and just seeing what's happening down here. Like, because with the picture that I got is like somebody who has to keep going down to their boiler room to light the pilot. You know how in some old houses, and some of you guys may still have houses like that, to where in order for the house to stay heated up, it kind of like it has to have a pilot, like a flame that's burning down in the broiler room, right? If I'm getting this right, I could be totally off, but this is what I'm seeing. But every now and then that light goes out, and then somebody has to go down there with a match and light the pilot again so that everything can continue to go in motion. But I feel like there's a certain sense that you have to continue to go down to this broiler room, which is symbolic of what's happening internally, your mainframe system. You have to keep going down to jumpstart it for some reason. Like you'll have that drive, you'll have that passion for life, you'll have that balance and that steadiness about yourself up until a point, and then I'm reading that you have to continually go down and reset it and jumpstart your system again. It'll slow down, or the light will go out, and then everything has to pause, and you just keep finding yourself going down to your broiler room and relighting the pilot. So you're taking a real look at this issue, this month. Because clarifying in that card, you have the Queen of Wands, right? And the Queen of Wands is lit. Like, she is the most fiery person, right? She doesn't need to keep going down to the boiler room and relighting her flame and restarting her system and jump starting her mainframe computer. Like, she's always on go. So with you having the Hermit card right next to that, which is Major Arcana, I think you are pausing for a second just to get everything in order. You're pausing to see how you need to rearrange your systems, right? So all systems can go. You're pausing and shining the light down in your boiler room and seeing, okay, what's making my light go out? What's making my passion go out? What's making my drive and my, determination, whatever it is that drives you, your motivation, your inspiration. You're tired of having a jump start. You just want to be driven. Like, you want your flame to burn. This is what the Queen of Wands is wanting, right? But before you can get to this Queen of Wands position where everything is like all systems go, the flame is burning, you are charging full speed ahead, you're going out being your attractive, just beautiful self, because the Queen of Wands looks beautiful in this card. Like, I like that. Before you can do that, though, you have to check on your system, right? You're taking a pause this month. And what are you like checking into? There's a couple of cards here, like the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Swords, that show that you're moving away from something. You're choosing to turn your back on something that maybe you were investing in the past. You're choosing to kind of like walk away from it. And I feel like, especially here with the 8 of Cups being clarified by the 9 of Cups, you're having to walk away from this emotional investment that you had going on internally. You were internally investing emotionally into something for a while, is what it feels like. And you wanted the 9 of Cups with this thing that you were invested in. You wanted to have fulfillment. The 9 of Cups represents fulfillment. It represents you getting your wish that you always hoped for, that you always wanted, and it finally coming true. And it's like a dream come true. This is the wish fulfillment card. But I'm seeing, and it's a lot of duality that's happening in your reading also. I'm seeing that you're having to walk away from something that you thought could give you that fulfillment in order to actually get that fulfillment, Sagittarius, if you're following me. But you see where the duality is, right? In order to get something, you have to walk away from it. In order to be fired up and get passionate, you have to slow it down and pause, right? Duality. Same thing happening in this 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles represents collaboration, right? You collaborating with some people, with a group of people. And to be honest, for some of you guys, I feel like it's somebody here that could be possibly walking away from collaborating with a group of people. Walking away from collaborations or just dealing with a group of people where it was some type of teamwork going on. This could be a job. This could be, something that you were investing in, a business, something that you did on the side. It could have been a partnership with somebody or some people. And for some of you guys, you could be wanting to walk away from that because it hasn't been giving you fulfillment. It hasn't been giving you emotional fulfillment. And you keep investing into it emotionally, but you never came to that 9 of Cups. And so the thing that you feel now is that you want to kind of walk away from it. And you walking away from it, you feel like will give you that fulfillment that you were trying to get in this thing. But this card, usually the 8 of Cups, usually represents like you walking away from a disappointment, from something that you tried to build up. It almost made it to the 9 of Cups, fulfillment, but not quite. And because you invested so much energy into it, so much of your emotional energy into it, you can't continue to build because it keeps falling apart, right? So by you walking away, that's actually giving you some fulfillment because you can take back all that emotional energy that you've been investing into something that's not being built up, right? And now, like I said, this could have been having to do with some people that you were collaborating with or joining forces with. But in the end, it could have ended in betrayal. It could have ended in pain, you know, some backstabbing. The Ten of Swords here represents that type of energy. Betrayal, backstabbing, something not going through like you wanted it to. A cycle of pain is what the 10 represents, because the 10 is the completion of this cycle of pain, but the whole cycle here had to do with pain and struggle and turmoil and trouble and, you know, everything that you can think of, every word you could think of that matches what I'm saying. And so I feel like you're choosing to walk away from this. You're choosing to turn your back on it because it's no longer fulfilling you. It's no longer giving you any fulfillment. And you're choosing to maybe separate from this group of people or this person. But whatever it was some type of collaboration that was going on, where you guys joined forces in the beginning to try to get to this place that you were dreaming about, that you envisioned. But it only got you heartache and pain and betrayal and, you know, promises that weren't kept, and a lot of things that went wrong during this cycle. But I feel like you're choosing to end this cycle. Now, this could all be happening internal, because I do feel like there's an internal thing that's happening with you guys. And you're reviewing this as the Hermit. You know, the Hermit is looking backwards, so I feel like it's something that you're reviewing from the past. Maybe this is something that happened in the past. Okay, sorry about that. My camera went out for a second. So like I was saying, maybe this is something that was happening in the past where, you know, you thought you were kind of over it. Maybe it's something that happened maybe a couple of months, a couple of years back, you know, where you felt this type of pain and turmoil and things that didn't go right and backstabbing and regret and, you know, all the things that happened with the Ten of Swords. But now you're choosing to kind of like review it because maybe you haven't detached away from it or detached from it all the way like you need to in order to move forward in that Queen of Wands energy. Move forward with nothing holding you back. You know, move forward in that full force, that fiery energy that you can as a Sagittarius. You're doing some deep reviews, and one of the reviews have to do with something that you collaborated in with a group of people or a person that didn't work out, and you ended up having a lot of pain, you know, that went with that. Then right underneath that, we had the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords also talks about moving away from something, moving away from turmoil, moving away from turbulence, moving away from something that wasn't stable, it wasn't steady, it was actually painful. So this has to do with your mind, though. When it comes down to the way that you're thinking, you're moving away from an old way of thinking. At the same time, you're moving away from an old way of feeling, right? Finishing it, walking away from it. And at the same time, you're moving away from an old group of people that you surrounded yourself with. So I feel like there's a total change that you're seeing and you're having to make in order to bring in something new. And you're taking that pause because you know that there's something new that's coming your way. You know that there's something new that you want to embark on. But before you can do that, you have to get all of the skeletons out of your closet, right? You have to get rid of all of the things that maybe weren't wrapped up totally. Maybe you did move on from some of these things, but maybe you didn't process them all the way. So now you're taking the time to process it fully. You're shining the light down on the emotions that you felt when you had to walk away from this past emotion, you know, this past thing that you were trying to build with someone or with something. You're processing the people that you had to kind of walk away from and you had to end things with that hurt you or betrayed you, didn't treat you right, made you feel pain, right? You're processing that. You're processing the thoughts and the type of thinking, you know, that you could have been in when you were in that space. of dealing with those type of people or dealing with those type of emotional situations that didn't serve you, did not fulfill you, didn't bring you your wish fulfillment. And so, yeah, you probably already walked away is what I'm feeling, because you had the Ten of Swords here, and this talks about a cycle. So all of this feels like a whole cycle that you were dealing with. And like I said, you probably already walked away from it, but now you're coming back to review everything about it so that you can move forward at a better pace, at a more efficient pace, right? Because I feel like there's some things undealt with, kind of, sort of. So yeah, you're moving away from that. Now, you moving away from that way of thinking, though, is actually bringing you into a place of emotional balance. The King of Cups represents emotional balance, represents somebody who has the ability to feel their emotions deeply, to feel where their emotions are taking them, where their emotions are kind of like coming up at, and being able to deal with them, but not be overtaken by your emotions, not be driven by your emotions, or made to slow down by your emotions. This is what the King of Cups represents. So you're moving from a place of being turbulent or having turbulent emotions. If you can see the turbulent water down there at the bottom, the choppy water, you're moving from that type of emotional state, that type of mind state, into a place where you have balance. You're coming into balance, right? But you're doing this as a whole process. This is why you're going into that hermit stage. So before you can pop up and take on that Queen of Wands energy, that is that social butterfly that connects with everybody, that collaborates with everybody, that creates new things and new projects, and comes into, contact with a lot of new people to make those things come into fruition. You're just stopping for a second to make sure you don't have any baggage that you're bringing into these new connections or into these new partnerships, right? And that's kind of what I feel is happening with you in your present energy in April anyway. Because right here next to the rest of the cards, you have the Page of Cups. So this is representing something new. The Page of Cups represents a new offer that's coming in, being made to you, or you're making to someone else, right? And it represents a new chance or opportunity to have some emotional fulfillment, the beginning of something, the beginning of an emotional journey that could actually fulfill you, right? So you had to walk away from this older emotional journey that you were building to and that you were trying to get the fulfillment out of, in order to embark on this new journey, this new emotional journey that's coming in, and it's brand new. But before you can step into this, you must do all of the reviewing of the past. You must close out the cycles of the past all the way. You must close out the relationships, the people that you were connected with that didn't serve you, that, meant you no good at all. You have to close that out and move on past that energetically, because like I said, I feel like a lot of you guys probably moved from it physically, but the energetic side of it is what you're kind of dealing with in April, the energetic residue. And you're choosing to kind of like really move away from it energetically. That's what I'm feeling with this Hermit card. The Hermit is going down. You're going into Hermit mode just a little bit to flush out all of the old stuff that was part of your old system, your old mainframe, the thing that was powering you up before, when we were talking about that broiler room and you lighting that. It's kind of like you're coming up with a new mechanism so that you can stay well lit. You're upgrading your home so that it no longer has to be lit with a pilot light, or a broiler or whatever that is called that I'm probably messing up and getting wrong. I feel like, you're clearing out all of those old systems, all these old people, all these old thoughts and emotions and way of seeing the world. And this is what's bringing you into a place of balance, right? So that you can be available and ready for this new newness that's coming your way, right? The Page of Cups represents that brand new beginning, that brand new emotional beginning that you're wanting to give into and invest in and work on. With the Eight of Pentacles, talks about you being focused, you investing your time, your energy into something that you're wanting to work on fully. And you don't want to be distracted by all the things that, you know, needed to be wrapped up totally in the past. So before you move on into this next level, you're just choosing to wrap up this whole cycle all the way, which I don't feel like is a lot of work for you guys. I feel like it's kind of totally already wrapped up, but you're just choosing to do a review, you know, because you know there's something new that's here. Page of Cups, right? Something emotional is coming in. Some type of offer is coming in emotionally. And it's going to be something that you are willing to put the work into, you know, and if it's somebody, then they're also willing to put the work into it with you, right? Which is, you see this couple right here with the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, for some of you guys, it could be representing some type of offer of love that could be coming in, because the Page of Cups represents that emotional offer of love. Someone coming in and letting you know, hey, like, I like you. Hey, I want to do something with you. I want to build something with you. I want to start something new with you, right? And so if it's not having to do with love for some of you guys, then it could just have to do with something new that you're trying to embark on when it comes down to your work. That's going to bring you that emotional fulfillment. Something that you want to invest your time and your energy into, build, right? And you're going to be busy building this, because now, after you come out of hermit mode, you're coming into that Queen of Wands mode. And she is passionate, she is fiery, she is ready to go. She's ready to go already, right? That side of you that is the Queen of Wands, but you're just waiting until you wrap up this whole phase in this hermit mode. But after that is wrapped up, and I feel like that's already happening, you're moving forward into this new connection or this new emotional opportunity that can bring you emotional fulfillment, right? And you're coming into it very, very steady, very grounded, very stable emotionally with the King of Cups card, right? And that is major. So, yeah, that's what I'm feeling for your present energies right here, Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on with your future energies, because that kind of wraps it up for you in the present. So definitely is looking a lot different over here in your future energies. You have the Ten of Cups, you have the Page of Swords, you have the Ten of Pentacles, and then you have the Two of Cups, right? So let's start off up front, or up top. We have the Ten of Cups clarified by the Ten of Cups. So this is a double whammy. You might as well say this is 20 cups, right? Ten of Cups representing that real emotional fulfillment. This is not the 9, right? This is the 10. This is the completion of emotional fulfillment. Okay, something dropped back there. All right, you having that total emotional fulfillment. You having that total dream life that you always dreamed of, right? With the family, with the house, with the kids, with the thing that you do for work that brings fulfillment, and the relationship, the love, everything is here. And it's there twice. So that is what's coming towards you. And I feel like that is what the new cycle is about, because your old cycle definitely had to do with pain. Karmic cycles being wrapped up, and we all know what that represents. The swords, the anguish, the pain. But now you're definitely walking into a brand new cycle. And this cycle has to do with your emotional fulfillment, right? What makes you happy? You already know what makes you happy. Now you're attracting what makes you happy into your world, right? You're coming into a cycle where you're not dreaming about it anymore and thinking about it and wanting it and wondering when it's going to come and how's it going to get here and what do I need to do and what else do I need to finish and what work do I need to do on myself. And yeah, that's where we're usually at with the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Cups. We're thinking about all these things that we need to fix on ourselves so that we can finally get to this place. You see this guy on this card where he's looking like he is looking over here at the 10 of Cups, because the 10 of Cups is when you finally arrive there. Not saying that this is heaven or heaven on earth, or this is just an energetic place that you are coming into, a frequency that you can possess, right? Where you start to really attract those things that bring you happiness, because you clear out all the things that block you from attracting that, right? All the things that you needed to walk away from and move out of, right? And shine the light on and make clear to yourself and wrap up and end. All those things, if we don't work on them, they keep us from happiness, right? So the 10 of Cups represents that full-on happiness coming on, and it's actually clarified by another 10 of Cups. So this is bliss. This is that energetic frequency that attracts bliss into your life, because you've done the work. You've done that, you know, that hard to do work, that self-care. Congratulations. Let's keep it moving. So then we have the Page of Swords, and it's clarified by the Queen of Pentacles here. Now, the Page of Swords a lot of times represents some communication that comes in. So there could be some communication that comes in, maybe in your future energy, and it could be coming from an air sign, right? But the Page of Swords usually represents kind of like immature communication. It's not like the Knight of Swords coming and saying something to you, or the King of Swords coming and communicating with you. This is a communication card, the Swords card, but the Page usually is a communicator that kind of like beats around the bush. You know, it's not direct, it's not forward. They are very indirect and very immature in communication. It's not straight up. It's not a straight shooter, right? So this communication could be coming in either from an air sign or from an earth sign. But you have the Queen of Pentacles here clarifying that. So for you guys, this could be maybe representing the energy that you're kind of taking on, especially when it comes down to communication. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very nurturing, somebody who is very balanced. And maybe this is the way that you could be changing the way you communicate, taking on a more balanced way of communicating, a more nurturing way of communicating. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling with this energy here. It's not too much to be felt here. I feel like you could have some communication coming in, but you could deal with it as a Queen of Pentacles, which is just very balanced. It doesn't really seem like this communication is going to phase you, whoever is making this communication to you, because the Queen of Pentacles really doesn't have time for a Page of Swords, you know? I don't know. Some type of immature communication comes in, and then you're just kind of like, oh, okay, all right. But you're busy working on something. The Queen of Pentacles is at work. She is the person that finds balance in her work and home life, work and play, right? So if she's not busy with work, she's busy like building up her home and making her emotional world stable and fruitful. And if she's not busy doing that, she's back at work making her money, her value rise. So some type of communication that comes in from a Page of Swords, it really just flies under the radar to a Queen of Pentacles. So just look out for that. I think it could be some type of communication that comes in, maybe from an air sign, but you don't really seem fazed by that. Then below that, we have the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is here, and it's clarified by the High Priestess, right? So 10 of Pentacles represents that, I always call this card the, what is the name that I usually use for it? The vision board card, right? Like the vision that you have for your life when it comes down to, you know, material things. If you ever made a vision board and you put the type of car that you wanted to have and the type of house that you wanted to live in, and, you know, the type of money that you wanted to have, or the places you would go travel to whenever you got to travel. This is what that card represents, right? And so you're also not only having the 10 of Cups energy, which represents emotional fulfillment, but you have the 10 of Pentacles energy that's coming in for you, which is representing that monetary fulfillment. You know, you attracting these riches, you attracting this monetary lifestyle that gives you that security that you need to have that emotional fulfillment, right? This gives you that security that you need to build whatever you need to build on it. And I like that it's clarified by the High Priestess, because this means that there's something that's built on top of your intuition, built on top of your spiritual life, your spirituality. So you get to a place of abundance, you get to a place of security through you tapping into your spiritual self, your spiritual intuition. You know, you opening your third eye and being able to view things from that spiritual place, right? And this is leading you all of your spiritual work that you have been doing in the past, and that old cycle that you were in, and you know, cutting yourself out of those low vibrations and those frequencies that were not good for you, those people that were vibrating on those low frequencies. You moved away from it, and it wasn't easy to do, right? But because of that, it's like all of this newness is coming in when it comes down to your energetic field, and you're able to have this abundance that can come into your life because you have took on this High Priestess energy. You view your life and your world from a spiritual sense, right? You look at things through your spiritual eyes, your sixth sense. And you don't just make decisions based on logic and decisions based on, you know, what you can see with your, you know, your two eyes. You make it based on what you feel in your gut, right? You're choosing to be led with your intuition and not just your logical mind. So this is leading you to some abundance in all ways, right? All of this represents abundance. Abundance. I like this, Sagittarius. So then right below that, for our last set of cards, we had the Two of Cups. So Two of Cups is representing that soulmate energy that is coming in. This is probably what we were talking about right here, this emotional offer that's coming in, this connection that you're having with someone where both of you guys want to build and invest into it. This is who that is that's popping up right here in your future energy. Two of Cups. This represents equal give and take, reciprocation, being on the same wavelength, the same timeline, mirroring each other, right? Deep connection, spiritual connection, soul connection. And then that's clarified by the major arcana, the Judgment card, which represents an awakening. So this connection that you have with this individual, I believe, is probably bringing you to a place, or will bring you to a place, where you're becoming more and more spiritually awakened. You're awakening to who you are as a person, right? You could be doing this to this person and they could be doing it to you. This is the vice versa card, you know. You see, he's giving her cup, or he's giving his cup to her, and she's giving her cup to him. That was a hard one to say. But this is that transformation that's happening between the two because of the give and take. And both of them are kind of like being upgraded at the same time and being awakened at the same time by each other's energy, right? Both of these people have something to give to each other. It's an equal give and take of transference of energy. And it's leading to a place of spiritual awakening, spiritual renewal, right? Restoration. Coming from a place of being asleep spiritually, or on a certain level, you could have been asleep spiritually, but this person is making you awaken to a higher level, vibrating on an even higher frequency, because you too vibrate on a great frequency together, right? And this is probably the reason why there's so much that you're ending, right, and moving away from lower frequencies, lower vibrations, because this offer from this soulmate is here and kind of causing you to awaken. So yeah, that's what's coming your way, Sagittarius, in the month of April, going into the month of May with this future energy. But definitely where you guys are at right now, wrapping up old cycles, coming into this new cycle with a renewed energy, renewed mind, renewed emotional intelligence. And yeah, we're going to end it right there. Thank you guys for tuning in. That was some pretty good energy. It started off kind of heavy, but you're moving into a great space, Sagittarius. Good luck with that. I'll see you guys again next month in the month of May, right? And as always, if you liked it, then like, subscribe, comment, share. You know, just let me know that it resonated with you in some type of way. And I'll see you guys next time.